Oh my goodness.
If you've ever sold or purchased a home, then you know the importance of a first impression. Home stagers work to have potential buyers view your home in its best light. And joining us with information on this skill is Liz Connolly and Andrea Lenzen of Inhancit Home Staging. Welcome, Liz and Andrea. So glad you guys could join us today.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is a really interesting topic, and I'm sure that our viewers are going to really want to understand staging and why it's important in real estate. And Liz, you started the business several years ago.
Yeah, we've been in the business 9 years now. I have a background in home building, and back in around 2005, 2006, the market started to tank, and people were having to think of a way to showcase their property so they'd stand out in the market.
Right.
So home staging was the way to do that.
So you started when the economy was taking a downturn and it was hard to sell homes, but today, is it as relevant as it was then 9 years ago?
You know, staging has become the norm now. People watch HGTV, and staging is now a class at the real estate board, so it's become the norm for getting a property sold, whether it's vacant or occupied. So, you know, we are extremely busy. We do 15 to 20 homes a week in the vacant homes, and then Andrea does another 15 of the restyling.
So you've got a warehouse of furniture that you're ready to bring into a vacant home and make it look like it's a display home.
Absolutely, yes.
And then, Andrea, you specialize in helping people who are currently living in their home. Do you have an idea of what percentage of homes are, when they go on the market, are occupied versus vacant? I mean, is there...
I think it's probably right now like 50-50.
Okay.
But what I do is when an agent will call me because they're getting ready to put their house on the market with the seller, and so I work with what the seller has. And so I have to help them and guide them through how to make the house look best to appeal to the widest range of buyers. That's the key. And so they have to depersonalize. So when a buyer walks in there, they can visualize themselves living there, not the seller. And I always tell the sellers, you know, the way you live in your home and the way you sell your home are two different things. So they understand it's not something personal, you know, to do certain things, but they have to declutter and probably take away a lot of stuff, and then just add some colorful things like tossed pillows, just to give it that wow factor, because we want it to look good on the internet, because, you know, people shop on the internet first.
Yeah,
so we want the pictures to look great.
So in your case, are you getting the first phone call from the homeowner or from the real estate agent? What's more typical?
Typically it's the agent. Every once in a while from our website we'll get a call from a homeowner, but typically it's always the real estate agent that calls us.
And so, Liz, when you go into a vacant home, how is it, I mean, it almost sounds like to me that it would be easier to stage a vacant home. Am I right?
Much easier. That's why I love that end of the business, because we just go preview the home. We usually enter it through the lockbox. Most of the time we don't even meet the homeowners. Agents call us. We go preview the property, and then we have a blank canvas to work with. So.
Okay, so what if a house needs fresh paint or that kind of thing? Do you provide that service as well?
Well, we don't provide the service, but what we do, we'll go in and make our recommendations. We'll recommend paint colors, carpet, that type of thing. Then we have a list of resources that we can refer our sellers to so they can get that work done. And then when the work is done, then we go in and work our magic.
All right, so how long does it actually take you to go in and turn a vacant house into a staged home?
It takes us about 2 hours, believe it or not. So typically we'll do 3 a day. The morning property, then agent can get in there and get her photos for marketing materials by noon that day, and we're already on to staging the next one. So we have it down to a science, and we do make it look like a display home.
And so, and I'm sure you know these numbers off the top of your head, but how long does a staged home usually, how long till it goes under contract on average?
We're on a 27-day turn right now. From the time we install to the time the seller has a contract on the property is 27 days, and we're averaging around 51 to 55 days on site. So we turn our furniture 6 to 7 times a year, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm sure there's those more difficult homes too, but on average 27 days till contract, and then 51 days on average till close. So Andrea, going back to you and working with the buyers who have homes that they're occupying, or the sellers, I'm sorry.
Right.
So what's the number one problem that you're running into?
If you could lots of stuff. lots of stuff. When a buyer walks through, I don't want them to look at the stuff in the house. I want them to look at the bones of the house and see that. So it's getting them to take a lot of those personal things down and personal photos, usually paint colors, because right now the buyers are looking for freshly painted walls, current flooring, and organized storage. So when I open up a pantry, I say I'd like to see 50% of it gone so you can showcase off the storage area.
So we're going to take a quick break. I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're going to take a break and we're going to come back and talk about what are some things that you can do right now if you're thinking about selling in the next 6 months to a year. So we'll be right back with more from Inhancit Home Staging after this break. Stay with us.